I fractured my ankle 2 years ago. I used to walk 4 miles a day, and I just can't do that anymore because I just don't want to fall.
I think discrepancies with family members and just growing up, I think I needed somewhere that was feasible.
When you lose an entire income, and not just an income, but the person you've been with since you were a teenager, what happens to people like that?
We first came to the Y when she was 4.5, and we needed to bring her for swim lessons. She hadn't really had any swimming experience before that. And we started off as just program members, and she just came for lessons, and she loved it. And when my husband and I were here with her every week, we kept finding more and more activities that we could all do. So after she was in swim for a little while, then we started signing her up she signed up for gymnastics, and eventually ninja, and other activities, and basketball. And I signed up for exercise classes once we switched over to the facility membership. So I've managed to lose about 65 pounds in the last 2 years. And a big part of that is the group exercise classes and the spin classes here. I don't think I could have done it without the classes here. Now it's been a few years and we've been finding more and more stuff to do. It's amazing to watch her grow and develop here and try new activities. And we found that this is a great place for her to just try things, just try new things. So things like basketball she tried this past winter, and she had never done it before. And it's not typically offered at her age. She's still kind of little. So she could try it out, and it was amazing. And she's tried gymnastics here, ninja is something you can only get here. So she's been able to do all sorts of things that we could only find for her age group here at the Y.
Without the YC, I would never be able to swim.
That's right. Yep, she learned to swim, and now at 7, almost 7, she swims beautifully. 6.5. She turns 7 next month, and she swims beautifully, and she learned that here. Because she was afraid to get in the water when she first got here, and the swim instructors helped her and coached her, and now she swims amazing. Yeah, we sent her for ninja camp last year because it was actually her first year going to any camp, and she's been here for a few years, so she knows this building inside and out. She knows all the people here. We just weren't sure on sending her somewhere unfamiliar for her first time at camp. So we felt really safe, very comfortable with her being here. We knew that she's in good hands, and we wanted her here. So she spent most of last summer here at the Y.
I met a lot of new friends, and I got used to being good and being, and I started being healthy every day.
Yeah, being healthy and exercising every day. She really was in good hands here. Everyone was so good, and it was a new experience for them too, with ninja being new, and it's new for the kids, and it went so well, and she loved it. So we'll be back this summer for more ninja camp and her birthday party and everything else.
I am a single mom of 4 kids. So I have 1 in school age, and then I have 1 in the toddler, and then I have 2 in the infant. I grew up in Torrington, so when I first moved back to Torrington, I was searching for a daycare, found a new job, and the other daycares had waiting lists and everything, and it came to the Y. It was available and quick and easy to get in, so that's been, I want to say, almost 2 years, or just over 2 years. I've become so friendly with everybody that's here. It's like family walking in. You really get to know each other after a while, so it's nice to feel like at home when you come here. And it's tough finding that space where you feel so comfortable with, especially having newborns and leaving them somewhere, but it was great here. Jordy also did struggle with anxiety and learning about that. So it's nice to have the teachers here who understand him and who accept and want to help him grow from that. With Ninja Warrior Camp, Jordan actually struggled a lot with becoming more open to people, and he was more so shy. And in the summer when he joined the Ninja Warrior Camp, he was able to get out and talk to people and do things that they enjoy together. And then also with swimming and having swim lessons here was awesome for my 4-year-old. And so it gives her that boost of confidence, but also the friends that she's around a lot able to do that with them. It would definitely be difficult being a single mom and trying to work and trying to go to school. I think it would be impossible if we didn't have this opportunity.
I was talking to my guidance counselor and he goes, "Oh, what's your shirt from?" And it said USA Team on it, but my USA Team was for music because I'm a singer. And he goes, "Well, I thought it was for swimming." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And I was swimming before and I was like, "Well, I could join the swim team if you guys have a swim team." And he was just like, "Yeah, of course we do." And then I was like, yes, I was so excited. I like being on the team because for me, swimming gives like a sense of happiness. I'm like exercising and then I have my friends there with me and so we can just like crack jokes in between the few seconds of rest we get. And then it's just overall really fun. I remember one of our swim meets, one of my friends was there. He's in one of my classes and I was like, "Oh, hey, Alec, I didn't know you were in lasers." And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "That's awesome." And then, I don't know, we just kind of like were talking the entire time and then it's like, it's my turn and he's like, "Go, go." And he's going full out and I'm like, I have to win. And then I dropped a full 10 seconds and I was like, I need you here next time. I've been dropping so much time recently and I've been like going to the gym more and I've been more athletic and I've been like on the team and I've just been like feeling so into the sport because of lasers. My goals for as of right now was to be a part of the high school swim team. When you reach like a certain stage, like during the competitions, there's a part where they go to Yale. And I was obsessed with Yale when I went there, when some of my teammates went, and I was like amazed. And I was like, I have to do this. It like gave me a sense of, oh, wow. If I wasn't swimming, I don't know, swimming takes up a lot of my time. So I feel like I'd have more time to sleep or more time to study or more time to hang out with friends. But sometimes I'd rather be swimming because swimming is one of those things that I just enjoy. And like sometimes they say like you make sacrifices in life, but like I do a lot for swimming. Swimming is just one of those things that just keep me moving. Swimming has helped me outside of like just swimming in general because it like affects your mood and the way you act. And even though I have like a booked schedule, the time I do have for swimming is more like a detox for myself because I'm like trying to get better. And swimming was something that like helped me when I was dealing with a lot of family issues. And that's why like I've just grown to love this sport more and more.
I fractured my ankle 2 years ago. I got off the couch and I didn't get up the right way. And when you're on a couch, you don't have, handles or anything to grab onto. And my ankle just rolled. That's how I did it. I was going to physical therapy and they were doing absolutely nothing. And then my orthopedic surgeon suggested that I come here. And so I've been coming here ever since. And they did more for me here in, flexibility and being able to strengthen my ankle and being able to have a better balance than I had before. Well, I used to ski all the time at Butternut. I used to walk 4 miles a day, and I just can't do that anymore because I just don't want to fall. Most people my age fall because they lose their balance. And this, you really work on balance and you think about before you move. Without even realizing it, you're thinking about how do you get up? How do you do this? How do you do that? I can feel a big difference in the strength that I have, in the balance, in the dexterity, especially using the ball. We use muscles that we never normally would use on a day-to-day basis. bouncing it, catching it, making a big circle and passing it from the rear, from the front, using your right, using your left. So you're thinking about what you're doing. And with Gay, she choreographs everything to music. So she uses a lot of dance steps. It encompasses your mind, your body, your balance, your strength. It's all good. We've gotten to be like a big family. It's very, very, very welcoming. And when we get newcomers, we always try to, welcome them and show them what to do and get the right equipment and just be available. We have like a nice gathering at Christmas where we all bring a dish and we all meet in the big room over the pool. And it's just really nice. We've gotten to really know each other. More than not talking and working out, no, it goes another depth.
But I did notice that if I wanted to run up the steps, I felt my heart beat a little more than it should have. And that's when I had my little come to you-know-who moment, and I said, I'm going to have to add aerobic to the anaerobic. For me, I couldn't do the what you call the bike, the treadmill. That's not me. And all of a sudden I see a poster. I see a poster, and it says, boxing as cardio. Intriguing. 2 rounds. And I realized this was perfect for me. And what I loved about working with Rob is he keeps pushing you to be the best you can be. And over the 2 years, we now do 7 rounds, legitimate 3-minute rounds, 60 seconds to get your breath back. But the techniques that he's teaching me, the skills, in addition to the speed and the demands, are exceptional. You don't have to be buff, to go in there and take this up. And I'm telling you, 27 pounds off in 2 years, love handles just about gone, cardio, I can run up those steps and feel good about it again, even carrying things. So there's a good reason to take this. So I have 2 trainers who didn't care that I'm going to be 75 in March, seriously, and were willing to work with me and push me as far as I can go. I feel that without them, I wouldn't have accomplished as much, and they get an actual joy out of saying, aha, I got her to do it. They say at my age I'm gonna have bone loss. Well, one of the reasons I'm doing the boxing, which helps build this entire area, and also working at Canaan with heavy-duty weight resistance training, is because I insist on still building bone loss. In a couple of years, I'm going to do another bone density, and I'm going to bet that if I haven't lost anything, I've gained some more bone mass. And I make that a priority.
I think family living was something that I was growing out of. I think discrepancies with family members and just growing up, I think I needed somewhere that was feasible, and overall this is a great opportunity, especially with the free access to the facilities. Like, since being out on my own, and obviously this is my first place, this is my first opportunity, I've exponentially moved. I've been moving so fast, so much faster than when I was with family, and I'm interested in music. I'm always reading a book. I have a couple on business, and I took that Instagram marketing course. I have a Facebook marketing course that I'm about to take. I have to be doing something to push myself further, meditating, yoga. I'm trying to start a podcast. If I wanted to, I know I can make multiple shows, and I also have surrounded myself with like other people, especially people I've grown up with who have similar interests. So like even just a brand and having multiple shows or a channel would be cool. Like there's always like that butterfly effect or that ripple effect where things are interrelated or what have you in some way, shape or form, whether you know it or not. Being around the Y and being around like all of these people who are in tune with fitness and what have you have helped like guide me. Like, you know, they've, you know, altered my trajectory. Honestly, like a lot of these like people, like it's crazy to say this, I don't know how this comes across, but like a lot of these things were like life-changing because I was never going to the gym like that. Like Robbie's awesome. I did the 6 weeks with him. That dude specifically changed my life. Another thing, Will, like he's allowing me to be here. He let me be here. It's like a launch pad for what's next. I don't see myself here forever. I don't even see myself here like for years to come, but like the fact that this was here when I needed it, and it was such a great opportunity at the time, and it was everything I needed. It was everything I needed when I needed it, and it still is. But like one thing I can't do, I can't live back with family. I can't go backwards. This helped. One thing leads to another. Why else?
My from is Ecuador. I'm here in this country 1 year. Yeah, 1 year, 3 months, right? Exactly. I'm married. I have one daughter. My wife was here 5 years ago. So I study in my country accounting. I come here
Doesn't
for
count.
that, for study accounting, but I'm walking.
Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I think for Michael is his confidence. Like he speaks better than he realizes. You do. And I try to say that to him, but he doesn't believe me. But that's okay. I think for Michael, he wants everything perfect, which is a good quality. It's good to want perfection, to speak perfectly, but you just need to speak more.
Yeah.
So he'll get it. So yeah, that's what I hope you continue.
Yeah.
I hope you get your accounting degree.
Yeah. Speak English very fluid and start studying accounting is my wish, my goal. Yeah. Good time for me. Good time for learning. She's a good person, very good person. I thanks. I say thanks.
You're very welcome.
During the Youth Service Bureau Summer Job Program, I got to work 20 hours a week. I'm 16 now. When I started the program, I was 15 last summer. So I worked at the library. So like at first, shelving is like the most basic thing there. So like putting all the books returned on the shelves again, shelf reading with the next, like making sure everything's in order, everything's in the right place. During the summer, I was allowed to go upstairs to the kids' room and like help them with their crafts because they do summer programs. So I was getting them all their like stuff ready. And then during the school year program, I am only downstairs now, but now that I have been there like long enough, now I do like the overdue list, which is to make sure that if a book is like missing, to check that the book hasn't been returned and it didn't get checked in, so that person doesn't get fined like by accident, and then we'll waive the fine. Right now, my short-term goal is to get a car, because I really just want to be able to have a car. I'm tired of my mom having to drive me everywhere. And then, because my long-term goal is, I'm not sure where I want to go or what I want to go for, but I think college is in the future for me. So I want to be able to save up for that and afford that, maybe get some scholarships. It's given me an opportunity to actually work and earn the money. And also, part of the school year job is they do financial literacy with us, and then work readiness training every other week on Monday for 1 hour. We're learning how to save our money, where we should set it aside, what to do with it. And then we're also learning how to be prepared for work and how to deal with like different situations that will like arise at work and how to like problem solve. So they're really helping us like prepare for the real world.
My husband actually passed about 1.5 years ago after 38 years. So yes, he went to sleep in my arms and just never woke up in the middle of nowhere. So yes, on our 35th wedding anniversary. But that's how I ended up homeless. First time in my life. And I am the guy that falls through every crack there is, because my husband didn't abuse me. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a drug addict. I'm not under the age of 25. I'm not over the age of 55. So every single crack that there is, I fall through. So yes, housing was looking very dim for me. I was actually sleeping in my car at a truck stop for about a little more than a year. All of my uncles drive truck, and yeah, my aunt and my uncle were like, absolutely not, you can't stay there. They brought me down here. I was in another shelter before this. Needless to say, they really don't treat you like a human being there. It's in one of the bigger cities, and yeah, just it wasn't great at all. A friend moved out this way, and I kind of stumbled across this, and yeah, I ended up in the shelter here. And right from the time, I mean, they wanted me to go to another shelter, and this was the only opening they had at the Y. So yes, from that point on, everything pointed to being here. Went from the shelter here to upstairs, and everybody was more than accommodating. I mean, they rushed to get the room ready so that I could go straight upstairs, and it was the first place I had to lay my head in 1.5 years that I didn't have to worry about it. Didn't have to worry about somebody getting in my stuff, or somebody, coming by drunk or banging on a window or something, you know what I mean? It was very relaxing. It worked out very well for me. Mr. Dan was very supportive. Him and Willem were absolutely great. I mean, even to the point where I'd actually gone upstairs and paid 1 full month's rent, and a week after I paid the rent, I got the call saying housing was available for me. And that was a blessing, because it was less than, I believe they said, 60 days. And yes, I got placed in housing that I could afford, and it's been absolutely wonderful. And Dan and Wilma, I just signed a 1-year lease here, so yeah, they were like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. The Y doesn't care as long as you're placed in a nice place that you can afford, and we're not worried about it. In this particular community, you may be homeless, but you never go hungry. You'll never not have clothes, okay? And if they can accommodate you in any way, shape, or form, they will. They will, and they show you respect. And that's a big one. That's a big one right there, because most communities, when you're homeless, they look at you like you're a piece of trash. You've done something to become this, okay? You've done something in your life to make your life this way. And like I said, in my case, there was nothing for me to change. Nothing. When you lose an entire income, and not just an income, but the person you've been with since you were a teenager, what happens to people like that? Mr. Dan does lift you up. If you set a goal, he helps you work at that goal. He gives you encouragement to meet that goal. And when you do, he gives you praise for meeting it. So, I mean, how can you not want to succeed? And not just that, but my mental health has gone way up. So, I mean, that anxiety is gone, and that safe feeling is there now, and stand on your feet and take charge of everything. And that's what I try to do every day, is strive for a little bit more. And this is the closest I've come to home. So, fabulous here. Love it. I don't think I'll ever leave this area now that I'm here. I really don't.
If it weren't for the Y, I would be much poorer for it.
If it wasn't for the Y, I don't think I'd be able to accomplish my goals to be able to give my kids what they need in life.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't have the experience and skills I have.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't have learned how to swim.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't be as fit.
I would not feel anywhere near as great as I do now.
I wouldn't have lost the weight that I was hanging on to for way too long and gotten so much healthier.
I wouldn't have had the opportunity to
be a tutor and to teach and do what I love to do.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't be as happy as I am now.
I will not have the opportunity to speak more fluently.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would probably still be living on the streets and cold at this time of year. I appreciate everything they've done for me.